Hello everyone, I'm going to continue the last YouTube episode again. This time I'm going to Tanzania and I really want to go in and expand the hole. Actually, why do you want to go into the mine? Some people think it's so strange. What kind of mine? Is it really boring to enter? Suddenly I couldn't see the screws on my upper body.
What do you think?
After breaking some stones, they pass through some gears and tie them to the ground. Yeah.
Because go deeper for you, actually, what about this resistance case? And the deepest. If you live along the ground all the way, if it's large scale, that is, you mean large scale, that is, if you find a lot of appearances, go to 2K guy. So why is the more expensive light mulberry oil? It's just that the stones are falling more and more, so it becomes more and more difficult to see. Packs of orange turquoise with buried laundry meat will be shipped later, so I've been saying all the time it's really going to take advantage of the later life when I get to the mine. Because of me, it's going to fall all the way. That is, it takes about 10 minutes. If you don't have a problem, you have to go up and down. You have to go up and down again and again. Hey, whether you can see each other at first, that is, whether you can see them or not. In fact, there are a lot of stones here. It's definitely like a city in the sky. Find the stones in the sky. Are these stones really sparkling?
What about it?
It's a resting place.
We aim to reach number 3 due to the weather down there. Unfortunately, we can't proceed since you're neither located there nor readily accessible. So that we will see one of our way. We are the searching for.
Upon reaching O2, I try my best to communicate effectively. By the time I reach 58, how far should I consider burying it?
They're close, but definitely not great anymore. We're no longer operational there, but thankfully it's not a hazardous site.
That's why we closed it this one after.
Blasting is a small and subtle phenomenon.
Out of a while. 199 is extremely apparent, connected by an arrow thread. The home has excellent ventilation, illuminated with a few overhead lights. Observing the intense labor, it likely costs $400 to $500 every month.
So why don't you explain?
How expensive are gems? Actually, I think it's better than it's tightly tied to some divine roots, this update, and some precious stones to make me so beautiful.
Gem?
Yeah.
Even though I worked so hard to get it, I was worth the price afterwards because the second resting place was so awkward that I couldn't live out. I heard some dramatic sounds, guest sounds, and buried it. There is the sound of water, and there is water beginning to appear in other underground areas.
La.
What time is it? If you see it when you play at 42 o'clock, you can't receive the phone call at all. How?
Long.
How long exactly? Observe and continue working diligently. From
dawn to 5 minutes past 45, it has consistently remained nearly minute by minute.
Head.
First, let's talk. The extraordinary line is tied, and the extraordinary line is tied carefully. Come on, let's go. If I feel like my feet today, it will take about 2 hours to get there. I won't see it for an hour and 45 minutes.
Good start.
Other test. I don't know if I can see it in the sun.
That's amazing. Let's talk about it first. After explaining the address, Brother Ming is going to expand the whole. Actually, what about the jewelry industry? What about an unwritten rule? The buyers who come to me are buying them from me. Can I trust them if I am from the side or the same supplier? Many times, for example, when I give some customers, I have to go to this company to have a look. It's really a job. It's really a tight business. It's definitely a matter of money. Woolen cloth, I want to take this opportunity to talk to everyone. There is a picture with the truth. I would like to point out that my photo comes from the source.
Absolutely astonishing. After returning home, the visibility remains elusive and unclear. Let's
Think of IT. Is there nobody who can grant us a building or assistance?
Wow, I suddenly feel as if I've lost balance completely.
It's genuinely refreshing to see someone with such an authentic personality enjoying a well-deserved rest.
Are you aware I've been feeling unwell and lying down for approximately 30 minutes now? The greater the difficulty, as the air below remains strikingly thin and challenging to endure.
How did this?
One,
If I go down and I go home, I will go to the third rest stop. Keep going deeper, because the air is so thin. If you have been to some plateau places in Tibet, I know that it is definitely altitude sickness. It doesn't matter if I wear a mask or not, because it's so dusty. You can't imagine so much. Open your mask and take a deep breath for a few nights. In fact, my mouth already feels a little sandy.
because under oxygen,
Good batch, so?
constantly.
Pump, you hear a few words. In fact, it's just a trachea. It keeps pumping air down, so it may be a fixed point of air loss. There is some air sound, and there is a hole buried. In fact, sometimes it is narrow, sometimes it is short. When you see the shadow falling away, it seems so wide, because there is 360 listening, but in fact, when you see it so narrow, I am in the Japanese style. I often hit a helmet on the roof of a building. It must be a frozen roof, and there is a helmet in the middle. I love to carry some stones up, so I often have to go underground. It's akin to witnessing something repeatedly when you capture it, offering a significant challenge to your stamina.
The words are too tall. Where are you losing your heads?
Speaking of sending so many discs, given my height of 1.8 meters, you can see it. In fact, all the way, I have to live low and walk low. The physical requirements of the opponent are so high. Wow, I want to take advantage of this opportunity and shoot more films about these gemstone mines, because I am a jewelry maker. So, I am. Opportunity? Yeah, when I see these social security buys, I can go through these connections, and I have the opportunity to go through these heavy loads. I need to get a permit, and I have to bury some congratulatory guns and live ammunition to surround it. I have the opportunity to come in and shoot a film for everyone to see. Although this is not something to be proud of, it's because I feel that I shoot it at home. Maybe a few years later, I can turn it over or see it myself. I at least remember what I did. I don't know if you agree with it, but it's just a hole of resistance. Before I arrived, in fact, I have searched a lot. There are some YouTube websites on the internet, and even some GIA-1 websites that specialize in gems. They are all professional YouTube, but they are actually all such records. I hope to take advantage of this opportunity. Well, can you make such a proud scene? I would like to share it with you. Where is the 1 degree? It's the lowest place for my journey this time, because it's going down again. It's very extremely oblique. I'm not allowed to fall again, because as you see it, even if I don't expand my power, I actually think it's very dangerous, and I can't fall again. If you see that there are some lights and dust, it is actually very sharp. It can only accommodate a person to fall sideways. I don't know. How about I can resist the bed? It's actually a home scene. The sound of the machine is very loud and the ears are blazing. It is because of the degree of the machine, and the machine is constantly hitting the stone, which is referred to as bursting stone for short. Absolutely, I don't have a good habit of going to the mine to be a local literary and medicine scholar. In fact, the pressure is really great because the noisy scene is very thin and the dust is so buried because underground it feels like it seems that there is a big mountain on it, so I feel that my body is much heavier than usual.
And remarkably, it seems as though that one moment captured exactly what he intended.
Tell me, what about a road to resist holes? In fact, it is already the easiest and easiest mine. It's because I can do it. In fact, there are many private soup caves, some local cannons and some mines, and this anti-cave is many times more difficult. Ah, I rarely drop the old snake boy. It's so scary that I can't even get to the end. Where's the old miner? Remind me repeatedly that when I go to the mine, the air is so thin, so I must move slowly and slowly. Chiangki is not impatient. If you have been to some plateau places, such as some tour guides in Tibet, they will remind you to control the amount of exercise. That's the reason why you don't get too much exercise.
Listen. You hear? Helmet.
Wipe some rocks.
I'm not sure. Wow. Actually,
I'm a Paidu Singh. I definitely use my hands and feet. You should see this road in front of the TV, but it is actually very narrow. What about after passing through the position, finally I can get back and get up? An uncle told me if I continue to walk, in fact, all the roads will be half lying and half season, so with my physical strength, I will definitely not be able to persist until I reach the bottom. If you want me Qianqi, you can't drive away and try it. If you really fall, you won't be able to get to the top.
hello, such as.
If you hear some sounds and sounds, all of them are the sounds of my helmet hitting the roof. I know what you are talking about. At the same time, there are open exercises. That is, playing badminton is like walking, but it's hard work. But the feeling of being at home is completely different. When doing exercise, it usually feels like the body burning some fat and burning some energy. If it's a mine, what kind of exercise is it? In fact, it feels like it's burning life because of you. None of them pose harm to certain bodies in particular. With insufficient air, limited oxygen levels, and excessively high temperatures, conditions remain adverse.
Alright then, Tommy Ching, let's proceed.
Well, if you want to come on, you...
Yes, looking.
Are we all set and ready to head out for the journey?
See, yeah, I thought
A trial.
of an adult tonight. Do you remember wrong? It's urine. Don't think it's useless. Thank you, thank you.
What about when? Do you see it often? There are many bottles on the ground and there is some yellow liquid in them, there is urine in them. What is the explanation? Actually, it's just some miners who bring some water. Whenever I finish drinking water or want to go to the toilet, I will urinate for a while. First, the reason is to urinate and defecate everywhere. Second, why don't you come first? If there is a morning, so many bottles and so many liquids are buried, it may save your life. When I think about this expanded hole and burying it 2 kilometers underground, what if something collapses at the entrance of the hole and the heaven and earth inside don't hear the phone and can't receive the thirst? Just 1 bottle or 2 bottles may save your life.
It looks like...
Yeah. I'm sorry, I want you to get through Brother Zimming and have so many new friends, because where's the family? What is Brother Junming's state? Actually, seriously, it has actually reached the exhaust stage. Guangbiao is sweating and breathing very rapidly, but why don't you go up? In fact, it is possible, because that's all about expanding the hole. If you go down, you can't do it. If you go up, you must persist.
Very...
Tie it up properly, because the sand and gravel, being soft, pose a potential danger. Actually, the Tanzanian government has expanded its pits and introduced regulations. They even have policies on shoe maintenance, so take caution.
You said.
I think it's definitely worth visiting. If you plan to come to Tanzania next time, I highly recommend exploring this place.
A single one.
The mask is angry, but it's because the sand and dust are so big. Is it angry? It already feels like there is some sand.
It's a hard.
Work here.
If you are so embarrassed, in fact, when you see one hand, it is all wet and sun-drenched, and all of my water boots are covered in sweat. This one can hold water. Already.
After that, I didn't walk very far, but I turned my head around. I probably walked 2 or 3 times, and I turned my head around about half of my walk, which was about 1.7 kilometers away. Listen to it. Let's go up. You all know it. I'm a man in a suit, so if you explain it to me next time, it's troublesome. I really have a lot of blood to make money. Just kidding, let's continue bargaining. What's the problem? It's just one of them. It's not easy to eat and make money, so there are some machines coming in and pumping some grass and falling. Wait for everyone to be more satisfied and have more rest. Let's go. Let me pay first. Money is so important. Just look at the sweat. For you, it's simple.
8.
To go down.
So it's so expensive, but it's actually not so expensive.
You can't stop seeing it. There is a bit of reality. It's really about resistance to work. It doesn't care about danger or hard work. It's about rushing down and digging gems. Wow, it's so short. It keeps bending and bending. The sound is all tied from the top of my head to the ceiling, so the most physical requirement to bend down is really high, bury it so inclined, fall and hold the iron rock. I can only hold a toilet and go up. And underground again, it's truly grueling. Level 10 work.
I think so.
How worth the condom of Tanzania?
Such as.
Next time, how about playing Sorry? I recommend trying this anti-activity game.
Want to explore this mine? Leave me a PM. I'll give you the information.
And he...
Say it.
Wait.
Because
I keep doing exercise because I don't have enough oxygen. In fact, my head hurts so much and I feel a little vomiting when I bury it.
Let me stabilize my heartbeat, as its rapid pace is concerning. Very tired, my heart.
Jump.
Start to stop shooting, follow it to 140.
What about the first time? The highest is that I have reached 180, so I have to take a break immediately.
160 now is 140.
But here in this shaft, there's enough oxygen inside.
There's no enough oxygen. There's no enough oxygen. It starts to get angry. It's windy when you see it.
After a few minutes, I'll continue straight. Interestingly, during daylight observations, tying patterns seem quite repetitive due to a mine's downward view resembling similar ties. I'll edit out such repetition and hope viewers won't interpret this narrow focus as overly exhaustive. Greetings of fortune for all. This ceremonial day unveils those mine workers whose strong fists seem to almost echo encouragement, as though direct gestures of support resonate solidly.
So worker beats up, IT tells to roll this. One is. Electric true phenomena illuminate reality.
Thai good, great.
That's so good.
The big earth is so amazing.
Now here, there's a free share from Took from the Dog. You can hear the breeze is different, it's called. It's not watch here, give this. Because there is this unique airflow coming from there. You observe how it is referred to here in comparison.
Yeah, you can stay here. I have only eyes. The unwavering love system has adhered to a soaked board. My vision seems confined, unable to stretch out or launch into movement like a pair of trousers drenched in sweat. My palms are soaked as well. Wow, what sort of material is this? The essence of blood and toil has bonded to such an extent.
Well, it certainly deserves acknowledgement and admiration, doesn't it? Okay.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much, Strong.
At any time, there are some water bottles placed on the side. It's best to install some passes for certain workers. If you happen to see beer orders, ensure they're replaced if damaged or broken.
But as the shooting period concludes, the story of the lolly remains.
Shiva, very nice eye.
I don't have knowledge about IT, but we are calling Shaba this year. Could you explain how you obtained IT? Let's remain united moving forward. Stay and refrain from writing everything inside, as it is difficult to protect in challenging times like those where they safeguard you. Discover them collectively. It feels as if you are initiating a battle. I believe this marks the starting point within.
When creating these specific stones, locals traditionally refer to them as sober. Should you encounter some sober stones, it is common to notice carbon mulberry appearing nearby, signifying its close resemblance to carbon stones altogether.
Roll.
Very.
Okay, but at home my foot is already fully tied.
How many times?
The locals are really good.
Tie and run.
Wow, so famous young master ironer. Young master iron biter. Looking at the vast world, moments like these are truly exceptional for me. Hello? Coming out? I'm a good mine now, good.
Minor, you are a good.
Shit, G. How many chickens are there in Hello? A friend once told me that I would buy...
The car is not working.
Go ahead.
Wrong.
Hurry up.
Everyone in the same car has to refuel. And that is...
Ladies, congratulations.
So why...
I'm gonna change my toothpaste. Next time I'll...
What about YouTube? Just go here. Where is the shop I can show? It's on the ground floor of number 14 Wellington Central. The ground floor shop is paved over the upstairs shop. If you have any questions about diamonds or gemstones, please feel free to WhatsApp me. Hong Kong phone number is 9858858. I will go to the mine and enter. There's the last part. I hope you can watch the next part. If you like this piece, I hope you like, subscribe, share. Bye bye.